Hello, everybody. Burnedoutguy here, and welcome back to the Crust. All right, last episode we got our multi-regolith refiners all set up. We got our smart bricks going, and we got our what is it? Sir, the rare resources there going, which is good. It's good. It's a little start to our madness there. So today I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna push back this wall a little bit, and then we're gonna get our refineries up and running. So let's push back this wall and then get those refineries laid out. Okay, so while they're still out there doing their little mining thing there, they got quite a little ways to go still. I'm at the edge of the map over here, which isn't too bad. So once this is done, well, they'll probably start building on this. So the idea is we're gonna have each one of these split up into threes, I guess, for now. And then hopefully once we need more materials coming in, we can do the upgrades to each of these buildings and hopefully make them produce more material. If we ever do need to add more, I will try to figure some way to add more because we don't have like a lot of space. Considering like we're almost to the edge of the wall here as it is. At one point we're gonna have to turn the system around, and that takes up a lot of room itself too. So anyways, we'll deal with that problem when it comes. But other than that, I think that's fine for now. So we'll let them go and do their little thing over here. I'll let this slowly get built as well. And yeah, also I unlocked the drone ones here for the haulers. So that's pretty good. So now we can haul more materials and stuff like that. But yeah, other than that, let's build all of that since our money is getting kind of low there. What's wrong with this? Is that a problem? Okay. Anyways, there we go. We'll let that build. It's really funny. I prioritized these to get built, and they've been building all of these instead. I don't think the AI is as good as they're saying. And then when they're going and collecting material and bringing it back, and instead of like collecting things that are closest, they're going out in the middle here and they're like collecting patches of stuff that's way out here. So it's like, I don't know how that's more efficient than what they were doing before, working from a circle outwards. I think the other way was better. And I don't know, it's just not working the way I figured they would. But anyways, hey, whatever. Things are getting built, I guess. Okay, so as the robots keep clearing out the area, we're doing a fantastic job, by the way. I have everything mined out now, and pretty much all the rare earths picked up, and now they're working on like the regolith. A lot of this is backed up and stuff, so I started laying out where we're going to put all of our smelteries. So we have our titanium, we got iron, aluminum, or no, sorry, aluminum, iron, or steel. Uh, that one would be the titanium, and this one is your silicone. Then we're going to have our smart bricks here, and we're going to have our rare earths here. I have been selling a lot of our rare earth and bricks right now just to help us get money for belts because belts are pretty expensive. So I think this is going to be a good start to our belting network. So what we can do is we can go build all. These are going to start getting populated, and that's going to be beautiful. And then at least we'll have some kind of a beginning of a bus being created. Now, I am going to pinch off probably some of everything at one point. I don't like how it's way over here like this, so I might do something here at the beginning where I pinch like one of everything off and do like a little storage system over here or something like that. I think that would be not too shabby. Not quite sure yet. Still thinking about it. Because at the moment we only have a few machines. Well, we have got quite a few machines available to us, right? We have these two here. Then we go into our production. We got okay, so we got the rolling, the smart concrete. We got that one already. Components factory, which is already out. We got the micro little circuits here. We still have to unlock that one. We're going to be making fuel soon because that's going to be a huge money maker for us, which is going to be absolutely amazing. Modular frame stuff there, terminals. We're going to have to make those at one point. And then you got your assemblers, which make like so many different materials. It's crazy. Same with the high tech one too. So I'm not sure if this is like I think this is a yeah, this will probably be an upgrade to that one, right? The assembler. It appears like you got the same recipes or same materials, just different recipes by the looks of it, right? Yeah. Yeah. Some of them turn into different recipes. But that's fine. And then we got these two there we still haven't unlocked. So still got a lot of different little things there we gotta play with. There's a lot of stuff I've never even done here in this game yet too. So this is gonna be like super fun for me to see how all this works and all this unfolds. Anyway, so we're just gonna let this keep going. Gonna let them finish cleaning up their stuff, and then once they're all done that, well, then we'll come back and we'll start laying out the. I guess we'll do like the rolling mill and the components factory. We'll try to do this one as well. I don't think this one should be a problem. At least try to get those three going. That'd be a good plan. So another problem we're probably also going to face too, since we're going to be running more machines downstairs, is power. So we should probably set up some medium solar panels. Probably be a good idea. So I was watching this kind of like chug along, and it was just like literally just chugging along really slow. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna design a slightly bigger system for the smart bricks and the smelting of the stuff here. So I think we're going to start with the smart bricks. We're going to put them in line with this. So I think that's what we're going to do. And then eventually I'll just delete this and we'll have everything go into here, right? So let's start off with our smart brick factory stuff thing. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. We'll have the three of them making the smart bricks. We're going to have the slag being divided into two, going to here and over here. So three ways, more or less. And same thing with the silicone oxide stuff there. That's going to get split three ways going into there. And we should be okay with that. So as long as I destroy all of this, all that will get built. And we just got to move the conveyor belts over here. It'll be good. And then we can move this out of the way as well as afterwards. Which I may as well start designing now too as well. So the rare earth one, I'm going to keep back just a little ways because we can actually transfer the rare earth, the slag through each one of these. So if we just keep like a small gap, I'll just do, screw it, I'll do a 3 gap. It'll look nicer. Do something like that. We can grab the slag and we can pass it through each machine. And then right into there. So that'll be a really good thing. And then the outputs, we can just have do something like this. Okay, so that should be a little bit better. And then we just got to worry about splitting these into here, right? So let's start with putting, where are these things? We'll do a small one for now. There we go, beautiful. Build that. Rare earth, rare earth, rare earth. Then I guess we're just going to destroy all this now. I was thinking of a small little storage idea for now to help like build us our production lines and everything, and thought this would turn out to be pretty good. We can splice off a little bit of action from here. These will back up, and whenever we need to use them for something, like, you know, if we have to sell anything or if we have to like use the items to construct stuff and or repair things, well, they have access to things like this. So these robots are just about done doing their little thing. They got just like this little bit in each little corner to do. So I think what we're going to start doing is we're going to think about more production. So the more production I think we're going to do is we're going to start with the rolling mill. Now, what is interesting with all of this is we're not going to be able to use like a whole bunch of these machines just right at the bat, because as you can see, like I have like a very slow amount of stuff coming in. So I'm probably going to only do like one machine of each for now, just to get us started in making the different stuff. And then I'm going to prioritize upgrading the smelters and stuff like that, so that way we can furnish more product on the line. Okay. So I believe I could fly. So I believe we should do something like this. Almost debating which side should I go on. I guess this side, right? We only have a few machines to build on this side, so may as well do it. All right, so we'll go with something like that. Um, what I will end up having to do at one point or another is, you know what? That's not a that's not really good, because I have to think about putting it back on a production line too, right? So I gotta think about that. Unless I have it like go all the way down here, you know what I'm saying? And then add the production line down here for it, and then splice it off onto here, so that way I get like a part of it maybe. All right, so something like this maybe. We can have the product go down and come out, and then we can split it off from here, right? And then that can go in its own little chest over here. And then the other rest of it can go to the production line. Eventually that will back up because I'll get full, but and then we would just have to pull off of this line. In the end, it would be something like this. I think that would be pretty okay. And then as we need more machines, we can put more up that way, scale that up, scale that like that. And then, yeah, I think that works. And then the next one we can put in. I will go build all though. And we're going to work on the components factory, I guess, being the next one. This one's going to need 2 items. Then this one you would have this. You'd have them come iron coming here or steel. And then you have your rest of your ones coming up here. And then again, you would have just another line coming back on and going there. We're running out of moolah. So I think we'll just stop that for now. And we'll go sell some more materials. That's what they're there for. So we'll sell some more rare stuff here. This selling one, I wish it was a little bit better. Shift add 100. Okay, that's a lot easier to do if you use this at the bottom. Okay. You could have still just add another one here, fill cargo pod, because it's just the cargo pod, right? Like that would be another option to add down here at the bottom. That'd be nice. I also finished upgrading our power supply over here as well, which is good. Now we don't have to worry about power as much. Yeah, seems to be pretty good so far anyways. Working on trying to get this recycling one done so we can start clearing out the top here and getting rid of all this garbage, and then we can start planning out our above ground situation. But for now, I'm still waiting on just science. Got garbage science coming in right now, so. All right, we got some moolah now. Well, let's go and buy that. That's good. So that stuff should be making. I guess we'll put in some. I'm gonna have to go sell some more stuff too, because that's gonna cost me money to just get those belts there. There we go. We'll do something kind of like this. That'll be our little power line. It'll also help to lighten up the tracks a little bit here so we can see what's going on. Be kind of nice. And now they got power, they'll start producing, and we'll slowly start getting those little products on here, slow and surely. Okay, so now we have a pretty good solid income of things coming in. We'll start doing some of these missions here. Fill order. Send. Well, I don't know how much their missions, but the contracts that are there help us get some money, some reputation. You know, I think that would be a good thing to do since we got a steady flow of things coming in. Somewhat. It'll depend on the materials, right? And that way we can start working on the researches, hopefully, of upgrading these things. There we go. And that gave us a little bit of science, which is really nice because we're kind of hurting for science. So, speaking of the smelting of the furnaces, I think it would be a good time if we start doing that now.
Director, there's news. In short, I've signed an agreement to complete several contracts on our behalf. There was a frenzy on the market, and I couldn't delay. Competitors were ready to restart production on Earth, or sell off their remaining reserves for such prices.
Interesting.
But I beat them to it, and pledged to deliver the resources. Now, it's your turn to show that we're indispensable partners and reliable suppliers. You'll find the accepted contract under the Active tab.
Amazing.
Director, I see them in the database as accepted. Mr. Ledger has outdone himself. This is not just unprofessional, but also extremely irresponsible. How about notifying before signing rather than after?
Oh, she's always got her knickers in a knot, that one.
My job is to secure the most lucrative contracts for the company, Ms. Vance. And if a few small deliveries are too challenging for us, then we have no business being in the market.
Director, I'll deal with Ledger later. Try to focus on active contracts. It's very important to ensure these deliveries are on time. Director, we've completed research that will allow us to disassemble the remains of the Evermoon base for resources. Every unit counts right now, and they won't be needing the ruins anymore. The Universal Removal tool can be accessed from the right-click menu. Shift, chain selection of rubble for removal.
Beautiful. I like that. I really like the fact that they added that. Nice. So if we go to this active tab, so yeah, we can do this. Fill that stuff and let's send it out. Beautiful. All right, so we can go to the top here. I'm just gonna pause it here right quick. I want to check this out. There we go. Salvage. Shift. Oh, look at that. This is awesome. Get rid of all this old garbage. That old garbage. Yeah, there we go. Oh, they made that so satisfying. So happy that it's so easy like this now. Awesome. There we go. I got every little last piece of it. That's good. Now that should keep my little dronies busy for a little while.
You're doing a great job, Director.
Nice. More
Execute
science.
the next contract on time, and I will personally pay for Ms. Vance's therapist.
It's about time, considering you're one of the main reasons to visit him.
Director, Crust has sent us an additional set of drones, which will allow us to expand production even further.
Beautiful.
Treat them with caution. They are an extremely rare and valuable resource.
Beautiful. How many are they giving us? I think they give you like 2. Yeah, that's it. They give you 2. Oh, bastards. Anyways, 2 is better than none, I guess, right? Okay, so we get these urgent contracts every once in a while, and I really wish they would have left those things on the side where we knew how many things we had, because they used to have them popped up on the side here, and this sucks. Oh, add base. Look at that. You can hover right over top of it, and it shows you. God damn. Ah. I got like... I got 70 days to complete it. I think in 70 days I'll make 12 of these things. You know what? Let's try it. Let's try it. Now, if I block the exit on it and I only send them out this way, probably. You could probably even drop the resources on the conveyor belt, and then the robots will actually go pick those ones up. I think that would be a good idea. It sounds like we got 35 of those things, so if we go to the contract thing, actually didn't take as long as I thought it would. Fill order, send. There you go. Beautiful.
Objective achieved.
The funds from the contract have been transferred to the account. Keep up the good work.
There you go. Amazing. Love it. Now we can unlock that one since we're not doing a contract anymore, and we can have the resources flow that way.
Director, the ASIL Corporation needs materials for desalination stations. We can't leave the region without drinking water, can we?
250. Okay, and 20. You know what? I can do it. You're lucky, my friend. You're lucky. I can do it for you.
Objective achieved.
Beautiful. Another
We've made
contract
a decent
complete.
profit and saved an entire region from extinction. I consider this a great bonus for those who were concerned about short-term gains. Right, Alice?
No comment from the peanut factory.
Malachite is about to set up their production facility on the moon and is asking us for missing construction materials. Check out the contract on the control center panel.
Yeah, I'm not making them yet, so sorry. I think we're making the expedition center. I think we're gonna make it and put it here. Kind of out of the way. Because I want to bring up all of our products over here somewhere. And then have our shipping area over here or whatever. And then we have truck cargoes and stuff like that we can put up here later on. So I just want to keep these kind of things like out of the way over on this side. I think would probably be the better bet. It's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm not 100% sure on like what I want to do for a layout of all of this. Like I've never even used the railgun. Like what the F? Some of this other stuff, like the gas pipe support, I haven't done that yet. Other launch station, haven't used that yet. So yeah, well, I'm getting into this stuff a little bit at a time here. So, but Expedition Center is definitely, I think, the first thing we should get into. In order to continue the story, we're gonna have to get into the repeater, and that will be like later on. But not doing that just yet.
We've been approached for help by Universe. A recent hurricane swept through the Gulf of Mexico, leaving many people homeless. We can provide resources for the recovery efforts.
Oh, amigo, really? Sorry. So you're not going to be able to help everybody. Like as time goes on, too, I think things get more demanding. So, you pick and choose. You don't have to help everybody.
Director, we received requests from two competing organizations, Malachite and IEF. Both are asking for support, but we can only collaborate with one. Review the situation and make a decision. The disaster on the moon diminished Eurasian countries' trust in Crust and its programs. Together with the Malachite conglomerate, these states developed the Aurora Aerospace Complex project. The company's representatives contacted us and invited us to participate in the project as a resource supplier on favorable terms. Upon learning of this, activists from the International Environmental Front decided to thwart the emergence of new, dirty industries on Earth and prepared their own Aurora project to restore melting glaciers. The IEF plans to redirect the attention of Malachite investors to a more pressing environmental issue. We need to decide who to contract with.
I'll be quite honest with you. Like environmentalists are always been a little
You
a
made
little
the right
overboard.
choice, Director. The explosion on the moon was a great tragedy, but it was an eye-opener for many. The Crust monopoly threatens humanity's progress in space exploration. Activists have been trying for centuries to resurrect an already dying planet while we seek solutions for our common future. The data for the first contract has already been sent. We hope to send it as soon as possible.
There we go. Competition is healthy. We can do this.
Now my drones will deal with this piece of scrap metal. Load them into the cargo truck with parts and send them to the terminal.
Sounds good, man. So we're gonna have some fuel in there. Okay, that's cool. We're gonna have to power this bad boy.
Objective achieved.
The contract is available. They want 370. You guys are pretty demanding, man.
In order to recruit staff to the base, we'll need living quarters. Professor, have you got the technology needed?
Crust has handed over the research plan. They agreed to help, but the main burden will fall on our shoulders.
Living quarters will require a lot of space. Director, make sure the drones mine enough area for construction.
We have a new contract, this time from the Southwind Corporation. I'm sure you won't let me and the company down.
We're not making these, homie. Sorry. I just let you down. There
Objective achieved.
we go. Man, really?
Director, an interesting contract has come in from the Meta Society. They're requesting materials to complete the construction of the first floating city.
Good luck with that, amigo.
Director, don't forget to select contracts with a list available in the control center. Let's ensure the prosperity of our enterprise together.
Sure. Still wondering how I'm gonna get those other 23. We start building those yet? Oh, probably could, eh? Yeah, all right. We should be able to start building these things. There we go. So we'll do something like this. This will obviously create our circuits. They'll put them back on here. And then we will just have to make another thing over here. I'm going to make sure it goes like this and over. We'll try to avoid this. I do want to use this at one point. Maybe. Or do we give a shit about it? Because there's going to be all kinds of ice all over the map. Maybe we can just never mind about it. Because there's all kinds of ice. It's not the only one. And then we'll build it all. Let go. And eventually we should be making chips, and then we should be able to complete that contract, hopefully. Like some of these, I guess I could be making a little bit more because like the belts have quite a bit of material on them, right? So I think that might be a plan, man. We can do something like this with the component factory. What we'll do is we'll go build all, and we'll let them build this, and this should help us make more components, which would probably be a bit better. And then we'll probably do the same thing with these chips factory over here too, since we are making quite a bit of this. So didn't leave myself as much space on this one, but that's fine. We're kind of also running out of room too. So we've probably got enough room for maybe one more little machine set up here, maybe two, before we have to like flip this around and send things back the other way. So anyways, we'll build all that and we'll get her done. Well, I just got to power this one here too,
Director,
right?
CPU is the heart of our base,
Oh, yes,
responsible
that's
for
true.
all computational tasks. Our automated production requires enormous computational power. Every module built and every drone operating uses CPU. We will soon reach the limit, and to continue construction, we will need data centers.
An important note, if I may. Data centers are very particular about installation conditions and require a lot of microcircuits and microprocessors. It would be more cost-effective to focus on optimizing existing production. More technologically advanced modules consume less CPU. By studying new technologies, we can replace low-efficiency modules and free up CPU for other tasks. For example, one large solar panel generates almost as much energy as a dozen small panels, with significantly lower CPU costs.
So make sure you're always constantly upgrading your stuff. All right, makes sense. So technically, if we pause here and we go upstairs, these smaller ones I really should get rid of to free up some CPU, and I could add like maybe just a couple of more of these ones, and it would be better than having all of those. Is more or less what he's saying. So that's probably a pretty damn good idea. Is I get rid of this and we transfer this over. Yeah, I was thinking that's pretty smart. Yeah, so I think this is where we're gonna end that production line anyways, like the stuff up top here. I think that's where we're gonna start actually flipping things around and bringing them downwards. Yeah, I think that would be the better way. Because these ones here are gonna these are a lot different recipes. Some of these we're not even making stuff like that. With carbon fiber, we're gonna have to start getting people in for carbon fiber. These things here we could make, these we could make, these we can make. We haven't gotten into the gases yet, so we can't do any of these ones that are here. That also changes like the recipes, like nanotubes, which is the exact same thing here. So then what, saying you can skip the whole human thing, get the carbon fiber and just go with this gas, helium-3 and neon to make nanotubes? That would be dope. I would go. I would definitely go that way. Skip taking the people. Just have the people like for running the machines. You know what I mean? You could skip like botanists. Well, a lot of botanists, anyways.
Research complete.
Nice. We're starting to go through some good research here, which is good. We'll line those up. Gonna need those eventually. Oh, so there we got our first smelting upgrade for our furnaces. So we can go and check that out. So anything that we're like slow on, so anything like this, I think would probably be a good idea to maybe upgrade. So how much is an upgrade? It's like 20k. All right. We'll see. These will upgrade. We'll see how much faster they are when they're not breaking down. It's funny. All right, so they're just like a smidge faster than what they were before. That's fine. There we go. We have enough to complete this contract now, so we'll send off the resources. Bam. Order complete. And this should be the last part of the order, if I'm not mistaken.
Objective achieved.
There we go. Now we got to do more. Okay, well, this one I'm definitely going to fail. I won't have this one ready in time whatsoever. Okay, so it's not something I had to accept. Okay, good. Phew. All right, good stuff. Ah, I was getting kind of like tired of filling out contracts there for a second there, but we got a good enough little lead in cash anyway, so that's pretty decent. Happy with that. One of the things I do want to get into one before we do leave though, like for today's episode, is I want to go over here. I want to check this out. So we'll select our transport. And then we're going to go to fill, back to base, and we're going to go send. So we're going to go check this out. And then we're going to go do this one afterwards.
Okay, we're ready. Director, use the room planner tool and lay down a room of the required size.
Calm down,
Yes,
lady.
Director. Several technical modules will be needed for the colonists' living conditions. Try to separate the sleeping quarters and production areas in advance. After all, we want the staff to come to work well rested, right?
No. The spoiled supplies and broken equipment are unlikely to be useful to us, but the research data will help us better understand the biological capabilities of organisms on the moon. All right, cool, man. So they'll come back and we'll go to that other place. Meantime, we're just going to destroy this and upgrade our power here.
Director, I congratulate you. Our lunar production is so popular that companies are willing to approach us directly, bypassing the common tender system. Certainly this is great news, and by fulfilling urgent contracts, we will receive increased rewards and earn an excellent reputation. However, companies will expect us to be supplied in remarkably short time. If we can't meet their expectations or if we frequently reject their requests, they'll think twice next time before contacting us. I strongly encourage you to take urgent contracts to a higher level, because the entire business reputation of our company depends on them.
Well, that all depends if I got the product or not, my friend. Like, you can't just, promise to give something that I don't got, Kind of how business works. Okay, so it looks like that we have gone through all the regolith that was on the map and everything like that. So I think it's a good time that we start hooking these things up here, the ones that are on the outskirts of our area. So we'll start by just making a build here. Okay, so we're gonna start with all these ones down here. We'll build all these belts. Now we just got to go out there and power these guys. Very good. Now all those should get power after they get the built, and then we should be putting all the regolith and all that good stuff back into the system, and then we should be able to start making stuff again.
Research complete.
Wow, we've still got some stuff. This has actually gone dry, so that's kind of not a good thing. I think we got more of that up here too, don't we? Probably take titanium, yeah. That was aluminum. So I should probably take these ones here too as well and throw them onto the belt. There you go. Now we'll hook all these up. These will all start bringing in material as well as soon as they're all powered, which they are now. That's beautiful. I'll start flowing into here. Then we should keep these things all nice and full all the time until they run out anyways. And then we'll have to move stuff, but there now that's pretty good, pretty good.
Research complete.
There you go. So I went and bought a few of these things here, so that way we can get that expedition finished. I got so much stuff coming in, I think I'm going to separate it into two. So this one goes here, this one goes there, and I think that'll be fine. It'll help it a little bit. Oh, while the drones were open to seal the door to the underground complex, the rover continued to record activity beneath the surface and various sounds, knocking, creaking, possibly footsteps. As soon as that door swung open and the rover entered the complex, it was surrounded by rats. The small gray clumps of matter fur attempted to attack the rover, but quickly retreated, realizing that their metal casings was not of any use to them. Among the scattered items everywhere, the rover's cameras caught sight of an open metal cage. A sign of a door indicated that a house, that it housed the pets of someone named Gary. My God. Part of the sign include the name, initial quantity of rodents was bitten off. For the complex staff long gone, remains resources could be useful at your base. You can send the cargo rover to retrieve them. Ah, wow.
Good thing the rover doesn't transmit odor. Just the view from its camera put a foul taste in my mouth. And who came up with the idea of bringing rats to a moon base? Oh, these pests, if I can call them that, feel comfortable even in the conditions of a destroyed housing complex. And they breathe like rabbits. The MT4 guys mistook their fussing for the sound of footsteps. There are no living humans here anymore. I have to admit, I'm a little glad there was no one here. I can't imagine what kind of person you'd have to be not to let your own colleagues into the shelter.
No kidding, right? My God, rats. Nasty. Well, I think that's where we're going to call today's episode. I think we did really, really good. We got the bus up and running, got some storages going. We completed some moon missions. Yeah, man, we were pretty damn productive. I like this. Looking pretty good. So I think next episode we might start diving deep in more into the rest of the stuff here. So that way we can continue on. What do you got? No, I don't have those yet. Sorry. Bye. But anyways, other than that, I hope you enjoyed the episode, everybody. Like, subscribe, peace, take care. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.